Yes, a big, thick book makes an excellent diagnostic tool for any doctor, especially with men, and really especially with older men. I was struck by one of the clinics at the sleep medicine conference. A doctor was talking about how, though the prevalence of sleep apnea is greater in older men, the self reporting is less. And he seemed confused by that fact. And I'm thinking to myself at 52, why is water wet? Why is the sky blue? And you need to ask why we don't self-report. I mean, we're guys. It's the same thing with hints. We don't take them. Um, like you really have to hit us in the back of the head with something heavy. I mean, when I broke my ankle, I sat there for 5 days with a broken ankle. And I'm sitting there in my apartment complex, and everyone's walking past me. And they're all like, Chris, you want to go to the hospital? That's broken. And I'm just saying, nah, it's not broken. I don't think that is broken. It might not be broken. Um, I badly sprained my other ankle once, and I went to the urgent care, and I paid a whole bunch of money to be given this boot and told to take aspirin and that it was a bad sprain. That's all that it is. It's just a bad sprain. And this is all while my ankle and then my foot are blowing up to amazing proportions. Then after 5, 6 days, I went to the hospital and got the x-rays, and yeah, I had a broken ankle. So self self-reporting, um, I mean, I'm sure that there's studies on it somewhere, but I would imagine that self-reporting, especially for older men, is going to drop as we get older because we just get used to things. We just accept things. We just accept the aches and the pains and this, that, and the other thing. So when you're interviewing a patient about sleep apnea or really about anything, it's really best if you take into account who you're talking to. And if you're talking to an older male, the conversation has to be much different than if you were talking to a younger male or a female. Um, you might want to hold a big, heavy book in your hand because I'm sure that they've heard it before. We're not going to self report a whole bunch of stuff unless, well, unless it's really like really, really bad. Like, well, worse than a broken ankle. I mean, I've seen guys with like half their arm hanging off, and they're like, nah, a couple of napkins, band-aid, and some duct tape will take care of it. That's just part of being a guy. But yeah, so this medical tip was brought to you by Axiom Orthodontic Studios. Before using the book technique in your diagnostic in as a diagnostic tool, I would check with your lawyer for legal advice about it. But that's just me. Aloha, happy Monday, have a good week.